This is my first video on ever doing anything. Again, yes, I'm a Republican, conservative, whatever you want to call me. But yeah, I decided I want to do this channel and see what happens with it. And there's not really any kids that are really Republican or conservative because most of them are on social media. I mean, I'm on social media, but most of them are retarded and I can't comprehend what they know and how they're thinking. But anyways, I decided to give it a try. And yeah, so first of all, Joe Biden did not win this election. He did not win it. I mean, literally, Trump, when he said he won, I mean, technically he did win. Should he have said it? Maybe not, because you already know how people are going to be about it. But technically, I was like, yeah, he did win it, because literally there's like literally over 90-something% almost in each state reporting in. He was up 700,000 in Pennsylvania, and the governor and he said this on purpose. I know he said this on purpose, saying we still have a million ballots account. We still have a million ballots account in Philadelphia. He personally said that because Trump was up 700,000, which would give him enough to give Joe Biden the lead, and then maybe give 100 or something thousand votes to Trump to make it look like, oh yeah. Well, Trump almost had it, but Joe Biden with the mail-in ballots and voting early, and it's just bullcrap. And literally, he was up in Wisconsin, Michigan, that blue wall that they were, that red wall that they were talking about that you can never break. All of a sudden, he breaks it. Like, there's no Republicans in Michigan and Wisconsin, and then like he can't win Pennsylvania when he's up 700,000, and then he was up in Georgia, North Carolina, which they never called whatsoever, but they waited to call for Pennsylvania all of a sudden for Joe Biden. It just pisses me off because if it was a one-on-one share fight, then I'd be like, oh okay, then it's straight up. But it's just bullcrap. Man, it's just like and that's the thing though, like, I'll talk to people, especially because my age, but the thing is they don't have anything, and they don't know anything. That's the thing though. It's not like they said they're left, they're a Democrat or whatever, but they don't know anything. They literally just say stuff that comes out of the news or social media with whoever says it, and they don't like look at it for themselves whatsoever, which is retarded. And they'll literally curse. Like, I got people or like I ranted on like a Snapchat or something, I don't know, but I was ranting on somewhere, and literally people were like, the kids are like, oh shut up, blah 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 blah, like, oh da 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 this and da 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 da, and cursing out and like saying all this stuff like that. Literally none of it was true, and it's just talking about things that just don't work. And they'll be like, get used to it, you lost. It's not even that. They cheated. That's the thing. If they didn't cheat, then I would be like, oh okay. And guess what, my dad, he said something about something happened to I forgot which president. Something happened to him, and it was mail-in ballots as well, and they tried to get it away, and they tried to get away with it, but they didn't have it. It was Republicans. It might have been Abraham, like, I don't know. It was something. I forgot the president, but my dad was talking about it. I might have to ask him later. But they literally cheated. All of a sudden, when they said, oh okay, well they're gonna be recounting around 9 a.m. and this was the day after election, right? But like, okay, well then that's pretty much over when they called they called one of the last states, I don't know, or it was about to be the last state, and then they just called it off, and it was pretty much like around 11 to 12 over here on the West Coast side, and we're like, oh okay, so it's pretty much not over. But we were leading, I did feel good about that. We were leading almost every state with a couple 100,000 votes. Almost in every state we were leading in, almost like 90-something, over 90-something% was almost in each state, so I did feel pretty good about that. And then all of a sudden wake up, and then they said they were going to be recounting around maybe 8, 7 a.m, 9, and then all of a sudden 4 a.m, literally all of a sudden he's leading in all the states. I mean, this was like the day after, that's when he was leading in like almost every state. But the next day after the election, all of a sudden he's leading in some states, and all of a sudden they found a couple 100,000 votes for Biden, and all of a sudden it's only like, instead of a gap like this, it's only like that. It was just bull crap, man. And we knew where they're gonna do this in the first place, and this wasn't no excuse like that we just made up. Oh, y'all made this up, y'all are just mad. No, we literally said mail-in ballots are going to be the death of us, because all of a sudden they're going to find 300, 500, 200-year-olds voting for Joe Biden. But again, nobody will check them, because everybody that's counting them is pretty much a freaking Democrat. Literally, almost every single person was a Democrat. If you put all Republicans on those voting things, I guarantee you it'll be a straight up one-on-one. Because what do we have to lose? You know, if it's a vote for Biden, it's a vote for Biden. If it's a vote for Trump, it's a vote for Trump. You know what I mean? So that's how it works. But you know, Democrats will do any way they can. They don't care if it has no signatures. They don't care if they're 800 years old. They don't care if, you know, they voted in 20 or what, I don't know, whatever the case may be. They don't care. They just want those votes. And they didn't even make it try to look like it was remotely close. It was a landslide, and they call it projected winner, projected winner, projected winner, projected winner. When I like how they said projected winner. Notice how they don't say winner. Every single one of those articles, CNN, NBC, MSN, or whatever, you know the news channels, every single one of them says, you know, projected winner, projected winner, you know, president-elect, you know, projected winner, projected winner. He did not win. He did not win. But again, they will push it to make it be like, oh, he won, he won, he won. If you read it, he did not win. They said he's the projected winner. He's the projected winner. But you know what, Trump, he really has to do something like fast. He really does. And all these people like Anderson Cooper, I'll show a clip of it maybe, of him saying, oh, there's no evidence, there's no evidence. There was tons of videos, but yet Twitter shuts this stuff down. They do anything they can. They'll you know, shut down, you know, people's tweets, the president's tweets during the election. It's just all Democrat. It's literally all Democrat, and it's not fair. It's not fair, and we should have took him down, you know, during the Civil War. You know, and we should have took him down during the Civil War, like my dad says. We should have took him down, because, you know, same thing with Churchill. You know, you take them down when they're down on the ground. You know, when they say, you know, in the North gets the South, or Union gets South, you know. It was pretty much Republican versus Democrat. They should have taken them down when they had the chance to take them down. We would never heard of Democrats if we took them down at that time. But again, now they're still here, and now they're controlling all the media and doing all this sort of things, and it's just bogus. It really is, you know. And it's even worse because it's my generation, you know what I mean? In my generation, like especially me, because I'm 16, I'm about to be, in the next election, I'm going to be able to vote. Of course, I don't know what's going to be happening until then, and who knows what's going to be happening right now for the next couple of, you know, for the next month or so or two. But I do have to say, every single one of us has to stick together. We have to get this through, because I mean, the best thing would probably to vote in, to re-vote, another voting day. Everybody just votes. If you don't vote, you don't vote. Like, you vote in that day, and whatever votes that are in there, that would be the best thing. You know what I mean? Everybody re-votes, goes there in person. That would probably be the best thing. But again, who knows? They probably won't. And then if they do a recount, it's not going to be any different, because they're going to still be counting the same dead people, the same, you know, people with no signatures, you know, the same person that voted like 30 times in a row. You know what I mean? They'll still do that sort of thing. So that's not the best thing to do. But I'd probably just go in and vote on that day, just a new voting day, and see whatever happens. But he did not win this election, though. He did not win this election, and again, it's really scary for my generation, because pretty much my generation is going to be a bunch of Democrats, especially if we don't get, you know, if we don't get this one, if we don't get this win, you know. But luckily we do have, at least they don't have all the branches of government on the Democrat side, because if they did, it would be World War III. But if they even impeach Joe Biden or take Joe Biden off and Kamala Harris comes on, that's just a whole nother story. I mean, Joe Biden's bad, but you know, Kamala Harris is oh my that is a different thing. So we'll see what goes on. But again, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Again, let me know what you guys' thoughts on. Again, he didn't win this election. He did not win this election. They keep saying projected winner, projected winner. He won. First of all, y'all didn't even call it Alaska, and y'all were calling California, Oregon, Washington. I mean, you know, they're pretty much all liberal, like, you know, shithole, you know, just liberal cities, you know what I mean? They're liberal. They're pretty much liberal everywhere, you know, New York and California, you know, anywhere near water, you're a liberal. But no, for real though. But for real though, they were calling states way early, like literally almost half the election was done, you know, in the first, you know, 2 hours. But that's pretty much it for me. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are seeing this on Rebel, this is my new time trying it out. So again, I appreciate you guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, peace.